Good evening, Roehampton Club. This is Susanne with another 45-minute Pilates class. Today we're going to work predominantly around the hip. So if this is something that you're interested in, you're in the right place. You're going to need just a mat and a block. So if I pull that down, so just a mat and the block on that mat. Make sure that your workspace is nice and safe. And it's really dark outside now, so I'm struggling to get enough light into the room for you to see everything correctly. So I'm just moving things around here. Stand on two legs, please. And then start your shoulder rolls for me. Nice big shoulder rolls. So here we go. Stand with your feet hip width apart. Draw the belly button in, lift the pelvic floor. Look at the horizon and just start with nice deep breaths and roll those shoulders forward, upwards and backwards as well. Make sure you keep breathing. So the breath is in through the nose, out through pursed lips. Don't get upset if the breath isn't quite as it should be. As long as you're breathing, we're in a good place. Oh, I can feel and hear lots of cracking noises in my shoulders when I do this. So if you've got the similar sort of noises in those shoulders and it's not connected to pain, you should be absolutely fine. So drop those shoulders back and down. We're starting off with a little bit of a neck movement. So we're going to turn our head over our shoulders and we're breathing out as we're doing this. You're trying to stay in a really lengthened position from the feet all the way into the crown of your head. And also pull the back of your head back a little bit so the chin is not coming forward. Good. We're now going to turn the head to one side. Then we're going to roll the chin to our chest, all the way over to look over our other side. And then you turn your gaze back to the horizon. We're going to do that again. Look over the shoulder, take the chin to the chest, roll the chin down, look over the other shoulder, and then bring it back to the center. Let's do it a couple more times. Over the shoulder, down and round, over the other shoulder, back to the center. One more time. We're going to use this neck movement later on. So do a little mental note to memorize it. And back to the center. Good. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, bring the chin to the chest and roll it down. Now, I've got nobody in the live class with osteoporosis, but if you're watching this on record, you shouldn't really come down with this deep bend in your spine. Instead, you want to come forward with a straight back. So everybody that hasn't got osteoporosis, do that again, chin to chest, roll it down. If you do have osteoporosis, come forward with a nice straight back. You still get that open feeling in your hamstrings. Then inhale, exhale, bring it back to the top, and then everybody bring the arms up. And breathe out to stretch out your tummy muscles. Let's do it again, a little bit deeper down. So your aim with the roll down is the warm up of your spine and also opening up the front and the back line. So do feel those things. If you bend your knees too much, you're not going to feel that back line opening quite as well as you could. And then breathe out. Good. And then bring your arms to the side. Widen your legs. If you haven't got any stoppers on your feet, then step onto your mat. So we're going to take our hands in front of our chest to start off with. We're just going to come down into a squat and back up again. Widen your legs a little bit more. So your feet should be wider than your shoulders. Good. And now try not to lean forward. Stay upright, tuck your tail in, and go up and down with a straight back. So we're not leaning forward. You're going up and down nice and straight. If you've got knee injuries, keep your feet parallel and see what you can do in a parallel position. Take it down, inhale, and exhale to come back up. Inhale down, exhale to come up. Good, we're going to do one more. Take it down, come up. Hold your legs as they are. Drop your arms to the side and then swing your arms from right to left. Keep the core engaged so the upper body doesn't move. Good. We're now going to swing and shift our weight. Swing and shift. Swing and shift. Good. Don't worry if it doesn't look exactly like mine. Anything that looks similar is good movement. So now I'm going to make it a little bit more tricky choreography-wise. We go 1, 2, and on the third one, I go all the way around. And I go 1, 2, and on the third one, I go all the way around. I go 1, 2, all the way around. And again, 1, 2, all the way around. A couple more times. We go 1, 2, keep breathing all the way around. And again, 1, 2, and all the way around. Fantastic. It's a little bit like rubbing your belly and tapping your head, isn't it? These sort of movements. Well done. Good job. Okay, so we're going to hang on to our hips and we're going to do high marches. So lift your knee up nice and high. Bring it back down again. If you're nervous with balance, then make sure you hold on to something, but only lightly. Bring it up, back down again. Bring it up and back down. Also, if you don't want to lift that knee quite so high up, that's okay too. Good job. And place the leg down. We're now going to take one hand and place it to our temple. Good. What I would like you to do on the exhale, I would like you to press your head against the hand and the hand against the head. So you're creating tension down this side of your body, shoulder, arm, and neck. I would like you then to hold on to the hip on the other side and stand on the leg that's on the same side as your hand. And then you're going to start pendulum swinging that leg. Keep breathing. So keep the tension. Good. So we're activating from the crown of the head into those shoulders, into the arm, into the core, and then into those hips. Keep going. So the upper body suddenly becomes very still when you press your hand against the temple. In some cases, it can be really helpful with the balance. In other cases, it isn't. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1 more. And fantastic. Let go of everything. So the other side. So press the hand against the temple and the head is pressing against the hand. You're going to bring the other hand on your hip and then you swing on this side. Look at the horizon. So don't look at me, look at the horizon. Keep breathing and keep that leg swinging. Increase the pressure into your temple a little bit, just to increase that stability through the top end. Good. Keep going. You've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let go. Good job. Both hands on your hips. If you need to hold on to something. Take one knee across the midline and make a big circle. And then the other knee, cross the midline and stand down. Do this as solid as you can. So you're trying to balance all the way through the movement. Every once in a while it gets a little bit wobbly. And again, round and round. Hip mobility, hip stability, and balance. Good. We're now going to go the other way. So stand with a little bit more narrow. Lift the leg out to the side, over the midline and down. Out to the side, over the midline and down. Out to the side, over the midline and down. Keep going. Out to the side, over the midline and down. 2 more times. Last one. Perfect. Now we're going to stand. So you stay as you are. I'm going to stand sideways. So your feet are a good shoulder width apart. So don't have them too narrow. We're now going to step forward with our right foot. Our left heel comes off the floor. The hips are facing forward. You're going to engage the core and really tuck the tail under of this leg in particular. So tuck the tail under. And can you see how I'm pulling the thigh forward a little bit to get a deeper tuck there? So tuck, hold. So this is already nice and tight. You're going to take a deep breath in and then on the exhale, you're going to lift your arms up and really lengthen your fingertips up to the ceiling. If you can, lean back a little bit. And what you should feel is a lovely stretch right in front of your hips. Keep the arms long, so don't bend the elbows. I've got about the same amount of weight on both of my feet. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release the arms, but not the legs. I'm going to turn your way now. Stay as you are. Because what we're going to do now, to make sure you're still tucked in, we're going to bring the arms up. Then we're going to take another deep breath in. and we're going to lean over to the side slightly. So what you should feel is a stretch increase in the front of your hip. And I'm leaning over the side where the foot is forward. So I'm not leaning that way, I'm leaning over the front foot. Hold it there, feel that breath. Lengthen your arms more, some of your elbows are bent. You can widen the arms more if you want. So they don't need to be terribly narrow. Feel that stretch. Bring the arms back to the center and step together. Shake it all out. Let's do the other side. So we're going to step forward with our left foot. We're going to lift the right heel up. 50% weight. You're not too narrow, so bring your feet apart. Tuck the tail in. So here you're now going to clench your right bum cheek and pull, look again, pull that knee forward. So you're really pushing the hips forward. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, raise the arms up to the ceiling. That should already have increased the stretch. But if you can, lean back a little bit for an even more intense stretch. Now hold and breathe in this position. Of course, you can hold on to something if you need to. 3 more breaths. Keep that tummy pulled in. 2. And last one, release, but don't move your legs. Keep them there. I'm going to turn your way again. So we're going to turn over the front leg. So we're going to go that way. So tuck the tail in, lift the arms up, inhale. And then exhale to take this over the midline. Push the hips forward and tuck your tail in. Engage the core, otherwise the lower back will moan. And what you find that one side is probably tighter than the other side. Keep breathing for 3 more. 2 and 1. And bring this back again. Good job. We're now going to bring the arms up, drop the shoulders back and down. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, you find rotation. If you find that your lower back is a little bit fragile tonight, then please allow the hips to move a little bit. They're not particularly fragile, and please keep your hips facing forward. So what I mean by that is find your headlamps of your hips and try to rotate from the hips to the crown of the head. So quite a lot of you, have a look at my hips, are rotating like this. So the knees and everything else is rotating. So if you can, keep those hips facing forward and only rotate through the top half. Only, of course, if your back allows you to. And over to the other side. Think about pulling the bottom rib backwards. Good. You got a couple more. Last one. Perfect. Bring it back to the center and bring your arms to your side. Okay, I would like to come onto the floor. Go down, roll down, come onto all fours and start with your cat-cow. I just need to move things around a little bit here so that I have enough space. I'm working quite a tight space here. Cat-cow. So knees are underneath your hips, hands are underneath your shoulders, and you're moving through that spine. That's pretty good. I like to breathe in when I come into this position, which is called the cow. And I like to breathe out when I come into this position, which is the cat. If you have to urge to breathe the other way around, now that's not the end of the world. As long as you're breathing, I'm happy. No forcing, no pushing. Two more times. Find neutral. Once you're in neutral, check that the back of your head is lifted. Then bring your hands about hand width further forward. And then tuck your tail in and bring your hips forward into a plank on your knees. Yep, tuck your tail in. So have a look at my back. So I don't want your hips to be down here. I want you to lift them up a little bit more. Keep breathing. Now this is your level 2. Your level 3, a little bit harder, is up here on your toes. So feel free to come up onto your toes if you think you can. If you can't hold the knee position, you have to come onto your elbows and hips Lift the breastbone away, look at the horizon, and really draw the belly button away from the floor and tuck your tail in. So you've got 3 levels here to work with. Pick the level that suits you. Keep breathing, lift the back of your head up, pull the shoulders back and down, really lengthen the breastbone forward. Clearly feel how you're tucking your tail between your legs. That is so important. You've got 4 more. 3, 2, and then everybody come onto your knees and sit back into a child's pose. If you don't like the child's pose because your knees are hurting, then come onto your back and pull your knees to your chest. Stretch backwards. Good. We're now going to do a hip warm-up. So you're going to take the elbow that's furthest away from the screen and drop it onto the floor. That's it. So your shoulders are at an angle. Deeply engage the core and lift your leg up in a 90-degree angle. And then you're going to lift your hip up a little bit. So the opposite bum cheek is now engaged. Good. And now you're going to give me the biggest circle of motion through the hips as you can. Breathe out as you lift the leg away from the mat. Good. Listen, you should be able to look into the screen because you dropped the arm down that's furthest away from the screen. So both your hips and your eye line are at an angle over to the side. Now hold it and change direction. Breathe out to lift. Try to lift your knee up as high as you can. Pull the tummy in. Breathe out to lift. 2 more times, as big as you can make it. Breathe out to lift. 1 more time. Breathe out to lift. Bring that knee down. Then bring both arms alongside you and just sink into the mat. Your knees are parallel. Again, your position, your alternative, is you turning on your back and pulling your knees to your chest. 2 more deep breaths. 1 more deep breath. And then come back up again. Hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Take the arm down that's closest to the screen. Good. Before you start circling, pull the shoulders down. Check that your knees are hip width apart. And then lift the leg up at 90 degrees. And then lift the hip up and look over to the side. So away from the screen. You're now going to start circling. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe out as you lift. Make sure the core deeply engages. Feel the bum cheek of the leg that's still on the floor engage. Change direction. Inhale. Exhale. Lift and bring it around. Make that circle as big as you can and make sure the knee lifts. Breathe out as you lift. You've got 2 more. Pull those shoulders down. You've got 1 more. Lift. Bring the knee down and relax again with long arms this time. Good, we're now going to come into a hip stretch, hip and inner thigh stretch. I'm turning towards you. Make sure you've got a mat underneath your knees, please. Come onto your knees. Good, we're going to widen the knees a little bit more than hip width, so a tiny bit more. And then I'm going to take your right leg and bring it forward. Yep, so the leg is not in line with me, it is further forward. So if I show you from the side, I'm in this position, but my leg is not on the mat, it's over to the side, so it's fairly wide. That's it. Good. We're now going to lean into this, and you can bring your hands onto the floor here to support. So lean over to the side and feel that stretch. It all depends on where you're tight. So I can feel this around here on the inner thigh and on the hamstring a little bit, but you might feel it in a completely different place. Good, listen, come out of it, keep the hands on the floor. Let's go again, inhale and exhale, stretch over. So you want to shift your weight onto the length of the foot that's on the side here. Okay, so now we're going to place our elbow onto the knee that's at the front. That's it. You're going to let go of the floor, engage your core, bring that arm up nice and long, and stretch it over to the side. Good, keep breathing. You'll find your balance is also activated. If this is too much for you, don't do it. Keep your hands on the floor. We're now going to bring that down, upright. We're going again, inhale, exhale to lift and stretch it over the midline. Breathe, please. Gorgeous. Bring that back down again. Hands on the floor. Push yourself back and bring that knee back underneath. So let's try the other side. Forward and over, please. So it's not in line, it's slightly to the side. Lean into it and push your weight into the stretch. Have a look at your foot and knee placement. So the foot and the knee should be in one line, so that heel should be underneath that knee. Good, you might find that this is tighter or less tight on this side. We're coming out of it again. Keep your hands on the floor and exhale to go back into it. Your hip bones ideally are facing forward, straight ahead. Good, you can stay with this if this is enough for you, or you can come up here. Your arm will go onto that thigh, you lift up and you stretch over the midline. Tip. And inhale, shift the weight back onto your knee. And exhale to go back into it. Nice and big. Open up all around the hips. Keep breathing for 4 more. 3, looking good. Shift your weight onto the front foot for me. A bit more, keep going, keep going. That's it. And pull back. Well done. We're now going to go onto our backs and start with pelvic tilts. Lie on your back. I just need to turn my phone on so that I have to time. So onto your back, please, and give me pelvic tilts. You want to take a deep breath in. On the exhale, you pull your pelvic floor up. You draw the belly button in and you tilt the 2 hip bones towards you. On the inhale, you release it again. There is no or hardly any bum cheek engagement. And reverse it again. Keep breathing. And reverse. 3 more times where you focus on that pelvic tilt, on that deep core engagement. And then we're going to do an exercise that's really great for that ability to hold and breathe whilst the pelvic floor, the belly button, the core is engaged. So the aim of the next exercise is for you to be able to breathe and hold it all in and up. So now we're going to imprint our lower back. So lift your pelvic floor up, draw the belly button in, take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to lift one leg up. On the inhale, we're going to bring the same leg down. On the next exhale, we bring the next leg up. So that's your level 1. And really, you're focusing on holding everything in and up. And we're just layering this leg lift over the top without stressing the lower back. So your aim is to be able to hold everything in and up. Now, I know some of you are really good at this by now, so I need to make it a little bit more challenging. So level 1, stay with this. If you're fairly new to Pilates or working on your technique, then work on this. Level 2, you're now going to lift the second leg up as well, and then bring it back down again. So up, up, down, down. Really important is your technique. So you want to keep the knee right above the hip. So you don't want to pull the knee too close to you. Even 2 centimeters or 1 centimeter makes a difference. So the more precisely you can work, the more efficient you're working. And the hard work starts when you lift the second leg up, not the first one. So notice how you keep that lower back nice and close to the floor. You keep that pelvic floor engaged. The belly button pulls down and in. The 2 hip bones don't rock, so keep pulling the 2 hip bones towards you. Now make sure the shoulders engage and you've got a nice long neck. I've got a level 3 for you. So if you can do this without any issues whatsoever, we're now going to go a level higher.
So hold your legs in tabletop, and then you start toe tapping. Breathe out on the full length of that motion. Breathe out, 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 and then in as you change legs. Really focus on the two hip bones pulling towards you. So keeping that lower back nice and close to the mat. Breathe out on a full length of that movement. Engage your shoulders, lengthen your chin towards your chest, please. Breathe out on the movement. Make sure you stay 90-degree bend through the knee. So make sure you don't shorten that gap between the thigh and the calf. You've got 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one. And now pull the knees to your chest. Hope you felt that. So by the end, you should feel tired, but it should be doable. Otherwise, you need to drop a level down. Or of course, if you want to increase levels, you can do some in one level and then some in another level. Twist stretch, the usual, arms in a T position, super glue your thighs together, and then give me very gentle twist stretches. Only increase them if you think that your back is happy to do so. Head goes into the opposite direction. And if you lengthen the fingertips away from your knees, you should get a good stretch in your chest as well. Good, you keep going. Please don't copy my range of movement. My range of movement is very small. You might be able to bring this much further down. You might need to bring it further down in order to feel the stretch. Good. Now, if you think that you would like to increase the stretch feeling, you're going to drop the knees to one side, stop there, take another deep breath in, and on the exhale, you're going to lengthen your foot forward. Your knees are still super glued, and then you're going to allow that weight to pull your bum a little bit further away from the floor. Be careful though, do it slowly. Pull the feet back over the top of the other foot. Bring it over to the other side, engage, hold it in that position, breathe in, exhale to lengthen that top leg, and allow the weight to pull you a little bit further into that rotation. Inhale again, exhale, bring it back. Let's do it 2 more times. Drop. Inhale again, exhale to lengthen, tiny bit deeper into that stretch, lift your bum up. Then fold your knees again, feet back on top of feet. Go over to the other side. Inhale, stop. Exhale to extend the top leg and allow the weight to pull you over a little bit more. But careful, you don't want to let the shoulder go. And bring the knees back again and bring it back to the center. Fantastic. Well done. All right, let's go on to our side. So side lying exercise, I would like you to please grab your block and then lie on your side. Use the back edge of the mat to line up your feet, your bum, your shoulders, and the back of the head, so you know that you're in perfect posture. Bottom shoulder, you need to really pull it under so that you're lying directly on top of that shoulder. Good, so if you're correctly lined up, there should be a gap underneath your waist and underneath your rib cage. If there isn't, think about what else you could do. So usually it's the hips not being stacked and the shoulders not being stacked. And then you need to engage the core. That will help with the lift as well. We're now going to lengthen the top leg, which will, again, if you lengthen that leg, it will help to stack the hips properly. It will help to lift. We're now going to flex our foot. We're going to take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, we're going to pull the heel backwards and we're going to draw a circle up and round. Good. Make sure it's not flat as a pancake. And make sure that you're going behind you. So you're not really working anything in front of your body. It's all happening behind you. And I need you to feel the length all the way into the heel. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe out as you lift. Check that your spine is lengthened. So imagine your spine is a very tight coil and you're pulling that coil into a really nice long length. and you're finding little gaps in between each of the metal coils. Change direction, go the other way. Pull the heel away from the crown of your head. Draw the belly button in, tuck the tail in. Breathe out as you lift. Good. Now see if you can point your toes, so different foot position to activate the front line of your, the back line of your leg. Lengthening the front line. Keep going. Breathe out. Don't make it too big. So my circle is probably as big as a dinner plate. 2 more. Last one. Good. Now hold it still. If you need a break, you can have a break. Bend the knee, then go knee to knee, foot to foot. Make sure that you are actually touching the knee to knee and foot to foot. If you're struggling with that, have a quick look. Make sure that you are doing the right thing, and then look straight ahead again and find that motion. Knee to knee, foot to foot. Good. Keep going. Working into that hip. You've got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Close your feet, turn onto your chest. Back extension. Remember the head turns that we did right at the beginning of our class. So we're going to do that again once we've done a few of the extensions. So arms are in surrender. So the forearms are alongside your mat. Your bum cheek is clenching, your belly button is pulling in, your tail is tucked between your legs. You're going to take a deep breath in as you lengthen the spine and pull the shoulders down. And then on the next exhale, you're going to lift the back of your head up. Lift the shoulders away from the mat. The back of the head is leading. Inhale at the top and exhale to bring it back down again. So you're trying to create length. If you don't want to lift your extensions off the elbows, then don't. So I'm demonstrating this now. So I'm not coming off the elbows. I'm just focusing on that length and core connection. But if you come off the elbow, what you will feel is a stretch in your stomach muscles. You do not have to come all the way up by any means. Listen to your back. You can take this as small as just lifting the back of your head up with length and bringing it back down again. Or even just engaging the core, holding the core and breathe. But if you can, see if you can bring it a little bit higher up. Try to develop that stretch just below the rim of your ribs. Good, listen. We're now going to bring it to the height where the elbows are resting on the floor. You're then going to look over the shoulder. Bring the chin down and around like we did in the warm-up. Look over the other shoulder and bring the head back to the center. Then you're going to do it again. Look over the shoulder. Bring it down and around. Look over the shoulder and back to the center. Keep the core engaged so the back doesn't complain. Do it twice more. Big neck movement. Last one. Look over the shoulder, down and round. Generously look over the shoulder and back to the center. And then bring it down for a little rest. You can wiggle your bum. Excellent. So what we're going to do now is a diagonal extension. So first of all, let's practice the legs. So hands underneath the forehead. And then you're going to, with very little height, lift the leg off the floor. Think about lengthening the leg out of your hip joint rather than lifting it. So keep it small. Just lift that kneecap up. This is your level 1. Very happy for you to stay with this. For a level 2, you're going to lengthen the arms and pull the shoulders down your back. Only your hands are touching the floor, not your elbows. So holding it in this position is a little bit harder than having the hands folded underneath the forehead. So this is your level 2. But if you can, I would like you, please, without lifting the breastbone up, extend diagonally. So find length in the fingertips and in your feet without allowing the shoulder to ride up to your ears. So pull the shoulders down as you lengthen the fingertips away. Lengthen the feet away without lifting the hips up. Nose is nowhere near the floor. Pull the chin to the chest. Breathe out as you extend. Breathe in to bring it back down again. Make sure that if you're feeling this in your lower back, you're losing even more height. 2 more, one on each side. Breathe out. Breathe in. You've got 1 more. Breathe out. And breathe in. Good job. Hands by your chest. Now push yourself off the floor. And then give me a couple more cat-cows to release that spine. You might need to hold it in one position. And again, cat-cow. Last one. Gorgeous. All right, grab your blocks. We need to do the same 2 exercises over on the other side. So lie the block down. Make sure that you can still see me. Line up your body with the back edge of the mat. Because I'm not there to check up on you. Make sure that you're using that. Then the shoulder needs to be directly underneath the other one. You check that your rib cage is lifted. That's a really good indication that the shoulders are in the right place. Your feet are in line with your hips. Good. And then off you go, round and round. But you want to pull backwards. Your foot is flexed. Your core is engaged. So really feel how you're pulling your tummy in and how you're tucking your tail between your legs. Don't make it too big, that round circle. Instead, think about the length that you're creating and the engagement into your bum cheeks. Breathe out as you bring it round and up. Push that bottom leg into the floor. That's your supporting thigh. Good. Now change the direction and also change your toe position. So lengthen that toe. And you're going behind. Make sure the waist doesn't sink. Keep breathing. Keep it going. You've got 4 more. 3, 2. Last one. If you need a break, now is the time to have a break. Or if you can, straight into your knee to knee, toe to toe. Make sure that you glance down at your knee for a moment. So you are actually touching toe to toe and not floor to toe or even thigh to knee. So make sure that you've got it nice and precisely going. Open and close as wide as you possibly can. So ideally, you don't want to have such a big muscle burn that you have to stop, but you should be able to feel it. So it's a nice feeling of muscle engagement, but not too much burning. So if it burns too much, please have a break. You've got 4 more. 3, 2. You've got 1 more. And 1. Excellent. And close. Fantastic. Back onto your backs, please. Good, lie flat on your back. We're going to work on the double leg stretch. We need options for the double leg stretch. So first of all, bring the arms alongside you. Give me 3 pelvic tilts. Another one. Breathe out as you feel that core connection. And on the 3rd one, you're going to connect into the deep core muscles and hold it imprinted. You're going to bring the arms up overhead. Good. And then you're going to bring the arms around back to the hips. So the first movement is a straight line towards the ears, like a train track, and then a semicircle back to your thighs. You don't need to go too close to the floor. You can keep a little bit of space, particularly if you've got items like water bottle or blocks there. So just make sure that you're not allowing your lower back to come off the mat. This is your level 1. So this is suitable for osteoporosis. This is a great way to mobilize those shoulders and to focus on keeping your core engaged whilst moving a body part. Good, but I know most of you can do more than that. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull both knees towards our chest. Then we're going to take that deep breath in again, and we're going to lift our head and shoulder up. Make sure that you're pulling your tummy in. You want to bring your knees nice and close to your eyeballs. So the knees are now very close to my eyes. I'm going to bring my arms alongside you, myself rather, not you, and then bring the arms up in line with the ears and bring them around. So this is your level 2. Breathe in and then breathe out. You bring it above the head and then back down again. Keep the height, please, of your shoulders. Bring the chin to the chest and look at the horizon. Level 3, you're going to bring the legs forward and the arms out and then pull it back in. Make sure you don't drop the legs too low down. You need to be able to keep your lower back on the floor. And if you look at your tummy, you need to be able to pull your tummy inwards as you do that. So there is no doming going on. Nothing is sticking out of your tummy. Don't do this one, please. If you've got osteoporosis, stay with level 1. You've got 2 more. Extend and pull it around. You've got 1 more. Extend, pull it around, and now everybody head down, pull your knees to the chest and give yourself a little bit of a rock. Good job. Quick thigh stretch, so cross your legs one over the other one and feel the stretch in your bum. Hold on to your shins. Pull the knees as close to your chest as you can. So it's thigh over thigh. Make sure that you don't have ankle over thigh. It's a gentle stretch into your bum cheek. See if you can relax your neck. Good. And then you swiftly change over to the other side. So thigh over thigh, and then pull those knees nice and close to you. Oh, much more tight on this side. You might feel the same, that one side is tighter than the other side. Pull it nice and close. All right, everybody, full body stretch. Maybe there's a yawn inside of you that needs to escape. And we are done for tonight. Good work, everybody. Excellent. So I'm just going to turn the recording off so that I can say goodbye to the people that were here in real life. If you would like to join me and you're doing this on record, let the club know. They will give you my email address and you can email me and I'll send you the link. Thanks for being here.